Hey everyone, it's ella.and horses here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I show you the intro, just a quick warning, this is sort of a hard topic, so that's a disclaimer. I'll speak a bit more after the intro. So this video is sort of a hard topic. It's about Qamira. If you don't know her, she is one of the family Friesians, or the Friesian of my dad. So in short, she's sick currently, and I just felt like I should tell you guys this, and I thought it was sort of a topic that would be nice to discuss on YouTube, just to show everyone and bring it to awareness. Though if medical stuff and just maybe horses not looking their best, and if you are a little bit squeamish, then I would advise you not to watch this video. It's nothing meant nastily, but Qamira doesn't always look the best, and this is sort of a long-going topic, so it will be in different sections of the video. So first it will be this video, and then I'll have another update video because it's quite long, and I'd prefer to bring it out now and then add updates, because I don't know how serious it will get, and I just like to sort of bring it in slowly and not suddenly announce something horrible. So here we go. So just to give a small recap, on Thursday evening, Qamira was not her usual self, and we thought there was something wrong, and we had a suspicion that she had colic. So I was then walking Qamira up and down the field while my parents went home to get the trailer to bring the horses back because Qamira was sick. We then also called the vet, and he came to check on her. He said that yes, it seems she has colic, and he then just gave her an injection to help her with sort of the ingestion of the colic. She then stayed in her stable for the rest of the evening, and then the next day we went to check on her, and she still wasn't better. Then while I was at school, my dad called the vet, and he gave her another injection. I then came home from school and I went to greet her, and she looked a little bit better, so I thought nothing of it. And my parents weren't at home, so I went to a friend's house to eat lunch. She just lives on the other side of the village. My parents then messaged me and told me to come home as soon as possible, and they told me that they had to take Qamira to the clinic. I got in a little bit of a situation with my parents, and leading to them then having to leave me at home when they brought Qamira to the hospital, and so I did miss a bit of information. That was already late in the day, and I don't think they knew too much of what was wrong with her, and they performed different tests and they couldn't really find out. The next day we then drove up with my parents and my grandma, and we went to visit Qamira.
Your words are lost on me. It's taking everything not to turn around. Throw it away. See if you'll let go of me when you're not holding me. I can see it now. Hey, when I lose.
So we have arrived. Let's go visit Qamira. Poor thing. They've got a walker. There. Hi. Hello. Hello. I don't know. Also Friesian, but not ours. So like these are all the ill horses. Hello, you're cute. You're small. I saw her.
Hello.
She's got the same rug on as Claque.
She's completely sweating.
Oh, Ira. Shh. You poor baby. It's hot in here though as well.
Oh,
But look, we've got a baby. It was born yesterday. We then noticed Ira was kicking a lot of her stomach and becoming quite restless, and she was sweating a lot. So we asked one of the helping nurses / vets to check on her, and she then listened to Ira's heart rate, etc. because Ira was really sweaty, but that was also partially due to the flies. So I greeted Ira and said like, now I'm a mess. But I'm going out now to get the fly spray because they put a fly rug on Ira. We then took Ira to have an ultrasound done where they're going to sort of scan and check her heart, lungs and stomach, and just to find areas. And so the ultrasound also showed in a spot, I think, of her stomach, a pocket of liquid, which wasn't really meant to be there, which is these black sort of areas. After that, we then started heading home, and then later on in the evening, we got a bit of a scary call. So, in short, my dad came upstairs and said, "We're losing her." The vet said that Ira had actually collapsed and her stomach was very bloated, and it turns out that she had a huge amount of air stuck in her intestines, and they were going to try and pop it and drain it out. And every time they did that, it would just fill up again, and so they had to do an emergency surgery, which they had to look through her intestines, but they didn't know what the actual problem was. The only thing is that a horse's intestine is 30 meters long, and so they can't search the whole thing, making it much more difficult. And so like at 1 o'clock in the evening, we went up because we were terrified that we were going to lose Ira. And so during the operation, we saw a little bit, but I couldn't really get videos, and of course I didn't feel like it was appropriate to video at that time. They then informed us that they found 2 blockages, one in Ira's large intestine and one in her bowel. And so whenever they would try to flush out the large intestine to get rid of that blockage, her bowel would start to rip, and so they actually had to cut her open twice, meaning it was twice more invasive, and she had then been under anesthesia for 5 hours and more, and so they weren't sure whether she would wake up. Then this is actually going to be in the second video, but just to tell you guys, she did wake up, but there is more to that information, that it's a bit more complicated, and that is then for the next video. And I'm so sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but it's a stressful time for my whole family, and so I just feel like it is a bit fair to inform you guys, but just it will have to come a bit slower. So that is the current situation. There is more information to this, but it's much more complicated if I then continue to what happened the next day. Yeah, I hope you understand. The hospital did take some photos of the surgical procedure, but I need to get permission from the head of the hospital to see if I actually have permission to use those photos in this YouTube video, and then that will be a little bit more graphic, so please make sure to watch that video whole when I then put a disclaimer of it being the squeamish photos coming up. So I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.